What's up, guys? This is a Genesis War fight from over a month ago that I actually enjoyed. Most of it, or all of it's really going to be field fighting. There had been tower fights and stuff, but my footage actually cut out because I ran out of space on my computer, which was very freaking frustrating during the actual fight itself. So I only had a few minutes of footage during the actual fights, but I did think I would just kind of show some, field fights. I just kind of enjoyed this, and I thought, why not make it into a video? So to give some context, this is the last ring. It was basically Vow, it was GXM, and it was 2-day plus Prime in the bracket. In the previous round, we had allied up 2-day. And it was a pretty easy round, but we did want to make sure we secured our spot in the last ring because honestly, if we fought 2-day, we were not sure which one of us would have made it to last ring. It was very possible that both teams would have made it to last ring anyways, but it was too unlikely, and it was just like we weren't certain. We thought maybe we could win, maybe we wouldn't, but we didn't really want to risk it because we did want to get our red merit checks at the end of the day. So we just allied them, and honestly, they were pretty good allies. They had helped us a pretty good bit in that round. So we did think, hey, these guys are deserving of first place if we can get it to them because they honestly did a good bit, or they just kind of showed being pretty good allies. And I feel like this is usually how we kind of take stride in a lot of these situations. If we find an alliance that's, pretty good, especially if we consider them stronger than us, and out of most of these cases, right? What we'll do is we'll just say, hey, if you guys need help winning in this last round, we're willing to give our all to help you guys get first place, even if we get, third or fourth, which is fine. Obviously we would prefer second place because you get 3 red merit chests instead of 2, and these merit chests can give you some, device fragments for the special device that you get from these events. But if we can't get it, it's fine because 2 still work for us, and the fact that we're able to get any at all is honestly a win. So we're not too upset. So for the first chainsaw zombie fight, or I say chainsaw zombies, you guys get what I'm saying though, these scavengers, our main target was Val, and we just had to fight these guys, try to hold them off on the zombies. As you guys know, there's a good percentage of your points that do come from zombies, and honestly, we were fine with 2-day getting the kills on the zombies. We were just doing our best to kind of prevent these guys from getting kills off on them, and ultimately, we actually did think we were going to fight GXM, and that 2-day was going to fight Val, but what ends up happening is they say, hey, can you guys fight Val instead, right? Which is, fine. I don't really have an issue with it. And they ended up taking on GXM, which honestly, GXM went way harder than we were expecting. So honestly, I don't think it really would have went wrong no matter who we fought here, but damn, GXM went crazy on the field and all of that. That was insane. By the way, guys, I don't want you guys to think I'm dumb. I know in a lot of these clips, you're going to see me like targeting, what's it called, Marco and stuff. I wouldn't really recommend that if you have like a range march or targets that don't, put out skills that actually make it like less attractive to target them. I wouldn't recommend doing it. I know I mentioned this a lot, but I do play on a lot of accounts. So sometimes, for example, if we're 30v5, what might happen is I have a few accounts in that murder ball, and I might target two accounts on one march, 2 accounts on another march, 2 accounts on another march. And the reason I do this is, for people that don't know, there's a 10 march cap on who can swarm what. So ultimately, I'm like going to be swarming Marco, or in some cases, I'm even swarming Bodala. And you might look at this and be like, yo, Panda, are you actually stupid? And I promise, guys, I'm not that stupid, okay? I'm sometimes stupid, but there's a level to my stupidity. So in these cases, that is why I'm doing it. Either way, these were some crazy field fights. We did ego here on GXM. Oh my gosh, this was an utterly terrible ego. We really shouldn't have egoed this. I don't know why we did. We saw them fighting hard in the previous round. I don't know if we just thought, oh, these guys really aren't that hard in the field. Bro, they started pushing the field so freaking fast here, and we were like, oh, hell no, let's get out of here. So I think we do refresh shortly and pull our marches back up, but we were going to ham with GXM. I do think our allies asked us to maybe trade off on mid. I forget. And they said, could you handle GXM? We handle Vow, or maybe I'm misremembering, but I think they wanted to take on Vow because it seemed like they were, weaker in numbers and stuff. And they, I don't think Sloth was here, and Sloth is one of their main whales, so they were actually struggling in numbers. And we were just doing our best to stop these guys from getting, zombies. Like, for the amount we were fighting, we probably should have gotten more zombie points, but realistically, we were not caring all that much. We're just here for the brawl, guys. We're here to spill blood. All right, but I'll talk about how the actual mid fight went, because, I don't have the footage, obviously. What ends up happening is our allies do take first place. I believe GXM, in this case, did take second place, which, that's fine. I think GXM fought enough to earn it. But we weren't so focused on it. What we were trying to do was we were trying to cut off Val, hold them down, and then actually support our allies with GXM, which, given an hour and 30 minutes, it's just not enough time to really cut these guys off completely and then support our allies within enough time. It just isn't like really feasible, especially now that they've cut the time to 1 hour, which is absolutely insane to me, by the way, guys. I don't know why they've shortened the time to 1 hour. I felt like an hour and 30 was already, I wouldn't say low, but it was already pretty low balled if you had to ask me, right? So this was kind of OD to me. And I was just like, it is what it is. But now it's even worse to me. I feel like an hour and 30 was already good enough. But, whatever people want to think, I guess it is what it is. But that being said, we did have an hour and 30 to push these guys back. We do actually manage to cut them off, but it's right before mid closes. All we could really do to support our allies in this case was by making sure Val was incapable of helping their allies much, which, they did double rally mid a few times and stuff, which gave us more room as well to cut them off. But basically what's happening is our allies do hold mid for the main majority of it. We do cut off Val, and all we can really do sometimes is help them with like double rallies once the enemy takes mid or something, and try to just like push Val back as much as possible. Which I will say, honestly, we should not have been able to cut Val off. I think one of their main issues is they weren't properly garrisoning, or like their whales. A lot of their marches were on the field, or they had like other guys running garrison duty. And I feel like that's always such a big mistake. We always try to have at least, even, I don't know. I mean, like, it's always easy to have backup garrisons, but all it takes is one whale rallying that guy. And then it's like, okay, well, your team getting smashed now in towers. And now your whole alliance is just getting brutalized. So I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me when that kind of happens. I mean, I get you have to rally at mid, but you should still have marches for garrison. I get you want to make an impact on the field, but realistically, how impactful are you on the field if your team's losing all their towers? You get what I'm saying, guys? It's just like always, it's always so frustrating to watch that and see like teams mismanage towers. I will say this isn't to downplay how much Val fought us. They were honestly really good fighters. They were super cordial as well about the whole fight. I really like teams like that. I mean, most teams are generally respectful. They know how to be like, yo, this was a good fight, GG's, right? But then you occasionally get the teams that are just toxic, like, F you guys, I can't believe we lost, right? But in this case, they were pretty cool. I had one guy message me, or maybe one or two or whatever, just really nice. And they were just good fighters, honestly, good field fighters and stuff. They did fill towers pretty well. And overall, I mean, it was a hard fight nonetheless. They were just like freaking relentless, but we did prevail. We did eventually win, which, like I said, I do think if they do fix up those garrisons, they'd be much better. Obviously, this is a split alliance. For people who know Val as they are right now, they are far stronger than what we could handle. But this is obviously with only one or two whales, I suppose. They're obviously much weaker right now. And also, by the way, this footage I'm showing right now, and they're not weaker right now, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like their main whales, I think, were merged into like SSI or whatever it is. But in this footage I'm showing you guys, basically our allies had a super weapon, and I guess they sent a rally. They used the Sea to Calamity, and for you guys who don't know, the Sea to Calamity can anchor a person's base. It improves the damage dealt to the base, like it's like by 30% or something. I forget what it is. And you get a 2.7 mil capacity instead of a 2 million. So you get a 700,000 bonus, which is absolutely insane. So this, tanky rally is so freaking annoying. It's hard to swarm out. And it's just annoying, bro. Especially in this kind of case scenario where you're not feeling it as much. Being able to just have like a tank rally like Stella is absolutely brutal. So I can imagine these guys are struggling. But you do see here, 2Day was pushing the field pretty hard, trying to defend this guy, trying to sweep these guys off the field. We did have like 3 or 4 players come up. I know it was like a series, Mecha, Big Daddy. They were just trying to control the field around here, make sure these guys, weren't able to reinforce or kind of push the field again, just trying to support a little bit. I wasn't doing it because my hospital was filled. I hadn't micro healed yet or anything. I don't really want to waste speed ups on this fight because I don't know. I just felt like this wasn't like worth it, especially if we ended up getting cut off and just swept out. But either way, that's probably it to the video. I do appreciate you guys for watching as always. I'm gonna have about 2 minutes left. I know it's gonna be silent, but maybe if you want to play some music in the background, you can. If not, you can just watch the remaining PvP footage. I do have a little bit from the middle fights, but it isn't actually the middle fights. It's just like some field fighting. Either way, I do appreciate you guys for watching as always. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. And that is about it. Peace out.